Hey guys, LevelCap here, and today I'm going to be talking about one of the patch notes and how I think it's directly going to exacerbate a problem that exists on the map Noshar Canals in Conquest game mode. Now, the patch note specifically that I have an issue with is the one that says increase the range on AA guns so they can reach vehicles hovering at maximum height in select maps. Now, the last part where it says in select maps might mean that they're not actually going to increase the range of the anti-aircraft guns in Noshar Canals, but regardless, there is a huge issue with the anti-aircraft guns in Noshar Canals that would either require a range reduction or a little bit of a change in the layout of this map. Now, once upon a time, you could actually destroy the anti-aircraft guns on aircraft carriers using a helicopter or tank, any sort of high explosive weapon. That has been changed. I believe it was done deliberately by DICE to avoid people from destroying the anti-aircraft guns and then continuing to base rape the aircraft carrier, not letting any sort of air vehicles get off the carrier. I agree with this change in making the defensive weapon invulnerable, but the problem with this weapon is that it has basically control of the entire map. So I'm working with the Squirrel's Nuts here in his server, which he set up here, and we're testing out the range of the anti-aircraft gun. And as you can see, I'm flying the attack helicopter for the Russian side, and I am not even at the range of any of the capture points in the map. I am clearly behind all the flags. So there's the aircraft carrier, then all the flags, then me. So all the capture points are between me and the anti-aircraft gun, and the gun can still hit me out of the sky while I'm flying the air vehicle. Now, I always knew that the gun had considerable range and that it could take out targets on the dock, including infantry or APC armor, or jeeps even running around on the dock, and that was always kind of annoying, and I always thought that that was a bit imbalanced and particularly bad map design. But it became apparent to me when I was trying to record an episode of Get to the Chopper with Matimio that when one player was in the anti-aircraft gun on the US side, we basically could not do anything in the helicopter because any point on the map where we tried to assist with the aircraft, we were in range of the anti-air gun. So we basically had to continuously retreat back to our base, repair the helicopter, and then come out and immediately get shot by the carrier gun. Now, for some of you guys who don't actually fly the helicopter, you're probably thinking, well, who cares? I hate getting shot up by the attack helicopters in this map. If the carrier gun can take him down, then it ends up being better for me. Well, I mean, what's the point of putting the attack chopper in the map if it's just going to get destroyed by the carrier gun? On top of that, the US gets 2 helicopters, and the Russian side needs some sort of defense against them. On top of that, again, this carrier gun can actually just take out any sort of vehicle at this range, and I'll demonstrate here. So Jeep has moved on to C flag, and all you got to do is spot him, or even just see him, and go ahead and take down the armor. So this gun has a pretty good control over C flag, and if your team's spotting, then it's going to be even easier to pick off targets. Now we have B flag, and on B flag, this carrier gun can take out the walls of this warehouse building and also kill infantry inside of the building. So if you're trying to hold B flag as Russian, it can be almost impossible if you have somebody in the carrier gun trying to mess things up for you. So how might we find a solution to this issue? We can't exactly get rid of the carrier gun, otherwise the aircraft carrier is going to be left defenseless against incoming aerial attacks. If we tried reducing the range, that could work, except it could also leave the carrier still pretty vulnerable to aerial attacks. The attack helicopter could easily stay outside the range and still bombard the carrier with TV missiles and other kinds of weapons. One option is to turn the aircraft carrier so that the main control tower perhaps blocks the line of sight of the carrier gun from hitting anything on land. The problem with this is that now the bay of the carrier is facing the wrong direction, putting a longer distance for anybody trying to get from the carrier to land via a boat or some of the floating vehicles. Another option would be to move the carrier to the B flag side of the map using the very large dry dock to block the view of the carrier gun of most of the objectives. I still think this would give the US a kind of control over B flag in some other parts of the map, but potentially it could be a solution. Another one would be to put a large fog bank between the carrier gun and any of the flags or objectives, thus preventing the carrier gun from spotting or direct line of sighting any of the ground targets. The problem with this, though, is that teammates could still spot things on the land, and then the carrier gun could shoot and kill those targets. So if you guys have any ideas on how to fix this issue and still keep attack helicopters in the game, please let me know. Personally, I think possibly using a fog bank and moving the carrier to the B side of the map might provide enough objects to obstruct the carrier's vision, and then on top of that, the fog bank to further obstruct that vision and keep the anti-air gun from just dominating the whole map. So I hope some guys at DICE see this video, and I want to get this fixed at least by the patch coming out after next, because I think it really does imbalance the Noshar Canals map on Conquest games. So thanks for watching, guys, and if you've been paying attention to the hit markers here, this is Matimio and I flying and just constantly getting shot by that carrier gun. We're trying to do our work. Trying to get around, we're taking out the enemy helicopters, but it's not enough because that carrier gun can just hit us no matter where we go in this map, and it's extremely aggravating and pretty much game breaking in my opinion. I'll be sending this video over to some of the DICE developers. Hopefully they'll be working on a fix for it come next patch or the patch after next one. And be sure to check out the Squirrel's Nuts channel. He helped me test out the range of the AA gun in the map, and he also set up a server for me to use. He's got a great YouTube channel, so go check out his channel and give him a sub, and be sure to rate up the video if you enjoyed it. I'll see you guys next time. This is LevelCap signing off.